New one, right?
Yeah. We're live now. Don't say anything your mama would be ashamed of.
I might. It says off air still.
It has like a 5 something.
Oh, now
There
it's
it is. Live.
live. It's being recorded. All right.
I'm posting the thing right now.
Okay. You can let me know when I should talk.
Probably when people show up.
Well, you can't tell though in here.
Yeah, you can. On mine you can.
Oh, okay. Let me know.
That's because Carrie's awesome.
I know. I should not be trusted with these things.
I just don't have time. Like I didn't have time to do that.
All right, don't trust me with technology either.
Or I need to get some new equipment. A camera on my computer or something.
I need to get my internet to work.
Yes. That would be good. One day I'll figure it out.
Okay. Lindsay says she's on, but it says 0 viewers, so. All right. Well, you can start, and if they come, they come, and if they don't, then they don't want to make money.
Okay. I'm going to delete my other link so people don't use that one.
Yeah, I think maybe that's where Lindsay is.
Wow. Hold on 1 second.
Mabel says she's us, so she's on.
On the right link?
She says she sees us, so I'm going to say yes.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just tagging.
Apparently they can hear us, so don't say anything rude.
Okay. I'm getting text or something during it. Okay.
Courtney says she wants to make money.
I want to make money.
Yay for people who want to make money. I like you. Me too.
Okay, sorry for the technical difficulties. I thought I had it figured out, but it was on the computer and not the phone. So one day we will start on time. This will be short and sweet, so thanks for tuning in. We're going to just talk a little bit today about how to make your business simple, because I think we tend to overcomplicate it. But it's really not that hard. So we're going to talk a little bit about steps to success, and we're going to talk about social media. Carrie's going to talk about Instagram and how you can use that to grow your business. I will talk a little bit more at the end, but just wanted to quickly make sure everybody knows about conference. I'm super excited. February, not that far away. So get your ticket. It's going to sell out, and it's going to sell out probably soon-ish. So you can do the easy pay. It's like, what, $68 over 3 payments, or 3 payments of $68. It's really not too bad. But we're going to be there. It's going to be fun. Come, join us. It will change your business. I know our first conference together made a huge difference in our business. So.
I was Ruby when I went to conference, and I was Diamond 3 months later.
We're all Ruby.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And the easy pay plan was the only way that I could afford it the first year. I could not afford $200 at one time, so I just put it on easy pay, and it was fine.
Yeah, Carrie told us we should go to conference. I thought she was crazy.
I was not wrong.
You were not wrong. You were right.
I am almost always right. Look at me. I am almost always right.
I'm going to write that down.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Millie, you want to talk a little bit about steps to success? You're going to unmute yourself, though.
Yeah, that would help, right? Hopefully my dogs won't go crazy. They're starting to work a little bit. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry.
And we can't hear what she's saying.
You should just sing a song or something.
Are you going to do a song?
If you come to team meetings, it means you want to make money. Money, 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 money.
All right.
I want some money. I'm sorry.
All right. Carrie, I love you. And my dog's still barking after I told him to shut up. Okay. Hopefully this will be something that he will be interested in and stop barking. Okay, so we want to talk a little bit about the steps to success, because really that's what's going to get us to our next level. Everyone talks about the steps to success. You know, everybody does it. Melissa Yardley does it every time. Mackenzie Schultz, Jocelyn Yates, you know, all the big guys, the Dunns, they all do that. The Conways, that's what they do. It's not there just because. It's there because it works. And a lot of times we take things and we just think that it doesn't work because you did it once and maybe you didn't get an LC that time, so you're like, oh, it didn't work for me. No, that's not the point. The point is you got to be consistent about it and continue to do the steps to success. It's not just doing it once and seeing what comes out of it and saying, okay, it didn't work for me. No, you have to be consistent, and you have to keep on doing the same thing over again. So to talk about the steps to success quickly, I hope everyone has printed their steps to success out. If you haven't, you need to, because it's already the 13th of October. So you should have already printed yours out. Every first of the month, I print mine out, and I get myself ready for the month that's coming in. So once you print it out, you see, just like when you first started and they first gave you, and good job, Carrie, you get an A+. Just like, you know, anyone that starts, we give them one of these and we say, this is your journey, this is your path, you just got to follow it. So kind of like paving that brick road, this is it. You know, it's been paid for us, we just got to follow it. That's it. Let me give you a couple of ideas that has helped me a little bit and that I am sharing with my team, is that when you look at your steps to success and you're looking at it and you're like, okay, 4 loyal customers, break those down. Break it down to, say, 1 loyal customer a week. Break it down to even by time. Say from the 1st to the 10th, I'm going to work on just 1. And then once you get that 1, okay, now I'm going to work on my next one. So don't look at it as, I got to get 4. Look at it as like, okay, I'm just working on that 1, and I got to get that 1. And once you get that 1, you're like, great, I got it. You feel awesome because, yay, you got your first one. Then you go to the next one. And just break it into smaller goals, because I think that when we see a big picture, we're like, oh my gosh, and you can get a little overwhelmed. But when you go to and see the rest, you're like, okay, that works. You know, I can do that. I can do 1 little step at a time. That I can handle. Can everybody hear me? Because I just got a text message that you couldn't hear me.
I hear you.
Can hear me? Okay. Carrie says she couldn't hear me. Carrie with a K.
Oh,
I can hear you just fine.
I hear you.
Okay.
Maybe her sound.
All right. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So that's, you know, the 4 loyal customers, and then of course you want to focus on your distributors. Again, break those down into time frames. If you feel that 3 distributors a month might be a little bit overwhelming, break it down. Put it like from the 1st to the 15th, or from the 1st to the 12th, I'm working on one, I'm working on this distributor, and I'm gonna get this distributor. So break it down into smaller goals, one by one, like that, because it just makes it less overwhelming for you. If you get overwhelmed easily, which I tend to sometimes get that way, we're all guilty of it. When I break it down into smaller I'm like, oh my God, this is so much doable. Like, I can totally see this going. So, point is, this right here is your roadmap. 4 loyal customers, 3 distributors a month. That's your goal every single month. Some months you might be crazy and get the sheet done twice. Sometimes you can go halfway through it and not finish it. But the point is to have that focus, to know that that's what you're doing, your steps to success. Hope that helps. And that's it. That's all I got.
Thank you. All right, Carrie, let's talk a little bit about Instagram, how you can use it.
All right. If you have Instagram and you are a little bit perplexed by Instagram, I would invite you, unless you're watching this on your phone, to pull up Instagram and follow along with me so that this will make more sense. But I have the iPad so you can hopefully see it more clearly. But why do I like Instagram? Okay, so if you're new to the business, relatively new to the business, you don't really need to worry about Instagram unless you're not having any luck at all with Facebook. Some of us have different kinds of warm markets, and some are much more receptive than others. I didn't need to really start expanding my market until I was about 7 or 8 months in. And then I felt like Facebook felt sort of tapped out. I wasn't getting a lot of people commenting, which doesn't really matter, actually. But I wasn't really having very much luck with, or feeling like I wasn't having very much luck. So I decided that I wanted to make more friends and add them to Facebook. So that was my first step. And then you know, if you just feel like Facebook isn't happening for you and you like Instagram, or you just want to get on it now, whatever, I don't know, then this is for you. But you certainly don't have to do Instagram. It's not necessary. But for those of us who feel like we want an easy way to encounter a lot of people quickly, then Instagram is a great way to do that. So Instagram looks, this is my profile. Let's see if I can see it. Okay, that's better. This is my profile. So this is what an Instagram profile looks like. You can see that I have, I'm following many more people than are following me, which is bad, but we'll talk about that in a minute. The first thing I want to talk to you about is your profile. Let's not be spammers, okay? So don't put your website, your profile. Don't put rap in your profile, because believe it or not, there are some spammy people out there who have kind of ruined it for a lot of us, and now when people see raps, they don't want any part of it. So if raps are a part of your name or a part of your description here, I would change that and figure out what you are besides a rap girl, as the case may be. And you kind of want to brand yourself, and I've talked to a few of you about this. Find something that is unique to you. So it took me a while to figure out what mine was, but then I came up with Minivan Rockstar, and that kind of made me feel comfortable figuring out who I was on Instagram. So then just write a little bit about you, what you do. I normally mention something about working at home, so it's not a complete shock when they add me and I have a business. I want them to know that that's part of it, but I don't ever say that I'm a rap girl. And then, so that's your profile. I didn't put my last name because someone just messaged me back. I didn't put my last name because I want to try to keep some kind of privacy, but that's up to you. All right, so the next thing that I think most people are concerned about is building your followers. So I'm just going to show you what I do every day. I would stay to following about 300 a day. Beyond that, you start to look like a spammer, and Instagram gets testy with you. So down at the bottom, you'll see a little search. So you just click on the search, and it allows you to search for something. What I tend to do is I search for a brand, like a food brand or a clothing brand or a store of some kind that is my target market. So my target market for me are people with discretionary income who are interested in looking better and feeling better. So to me, that's people that are my age or a little bit older, and so I gear towards brands that are for women in their 30s and moms. So I don't do like Target or Baby Gap or any of that stuff because I think that that's obvious. So I try to be a little bit less obvious. You can also find like for a while I was doing Stitch Fix because, see if I can do this backwards. They have 176,000 followers, and all of those people have enough money to spend like $60 on a pair of pants. So to me, those are the kinds of people that I want to be following me. You know, I don't think I got through all of Stitch Fix, so if you want to try Stitch Fix, I had varying degrees of luck, but that's true of any place that you follow. So all you have to do is click on their followers, and then you'll see a follow button, and you can just go down and follow. You can tell I'm not even looking at them. I don't care. I'm following them. Does that mean I follow rap people? Yes. Oh well. When I find out they're rap people, I block them. No big deal. It also means that I don't look to see if they say no raps. I don't care. You can unfollow me if you want to, or block me when you find out that I don't care. Like, I'm looking to meet new people, and I am an equal opportunity lover, so I just follow everybody. And that's my position on that. So you just go down and follow people. So cautionary tale, see all of these requested? Okay, so that means that you're following someone who's private. I am private, so when they hit to follow me, this is what it looks like for them as well. I have to accept everyone, and that's partly because I want there to be a little bit of mystery to my account, and partly also because I post things about my kids, and I don't just want everyone and anyone to be on my profile. So what this means is that unless they accept or reject your follow request, this will just hang out like a pending. So it's a good idea for you to keep track of where you're following if you're following in one area for a long time, so that you can go back and unfollow those pendings, or else they will count against you, and you'll eventually not be able to follow more people. Okay, now before you freak out on me and don't know what I'm talking about, let me go back. So anytime you want to go back, you just hit the home, pretty self-explanatory, and that'll get you to like your news feed, or you can go to the little person and that'll get you to your profile. Okay, so eventually the limit is going to be 7,500. I'm only going to ever be able to follow 7,500. So I have not hit my limit. Occasionally Instagram slows me down if I've been following a lot of people or unfollowing a lot of people very quickly. You want to follow, you want to try to get the balance between your followers and your who you're following and who is following you to be somewhat close. So to that end, you want to, if you're working in Instagram very much, you want to download some kind of app on your phone that will allow you to unfollow. I am personally a fan of InsTrack, and so it'll just bring up my stuff and I load it, and it's going to tell me how many people I am following who are not following me, how many followers I've lost, how many followers I've gained. Like I've lost 11 and gained 2 since the last time I loaded it, but that's okay. But I have 1,388 people who I am following who are not following me. That's not good. That's too many. I got ahead of myself. So all you have to do is pull that up. I go to the very bottom because those are the oldest follows, so they've had plenty of time to follow me back. And then I have a few that I don't want to unfollow. And then I just start unfollowing. Okay? You should be cleaning up your account regularly. It's like cleaning up your living room. Pick up the clutter, get rid of the trash. That sounds terrible. I don't mean it like people are trash, but you don't need to have people, don't need to be following people that are not following you, because that's just cluttering up your Instagram newsfeed, so you're not going to be engaging with people that are actually engaging with you. So I usually give them a few days, and then I unfollow them. And I would just suggest that you not get emotionally vexed about this. This isn't a thing. They're not like mad at you. They don't hate you because they didn't follow you back. People follow back whomever they want to follow back. Sometimes they're like, you're not my people, or I don't know you, or whatever. Or they may not have even seen that you followed them. That's another reason why you want to be interacting. So let's go there for a second. A few times a day, every time I post, I will just scroll through and double tap. When you double tap, you're liking, and John Eric says that's like giving a hug or a high five, okay? So I do that a lot to a lot of different things. I don't think I'm gonna like that kid's butt, but whatever. You know, if somebody's journaling, I can get behind that, whatever. So I try to like a lot of pictures. So because I'm following a lot of people that are not following me back, it's very likely that I'm liking pictures that are people that are not following me back. When you interact with people, they might get curious. They're going to see on a notification that you liked their picture, click on you, think, oh, well, maybe I want to follow her, and they follow you back, and you have them for a moment, okay? So I want you to think about this follow process as blitzing, okay? And I think it changes things when you think about that. If you are blitzing 300 people a day, you're giving your cards out, you're saying, hey, have you tried that crazy wrap thing? Have you heard of greens? Have you heard of our new product? Do you want to make $500 extra a month? So what if only 20 people say, yeah, I might be kind of interested in that? That's 20 more people than you had yesterday. And that's how I now feel about Instagram and getting my follow backs. The people that follow me back are interested in something, and I may lose them when I post, and that's okay. That means they're not interested. But if I keep them for a while, they're going to be able to see what products we have and what a wrap person who's not a spammer is like, and what it means to be living the It Works lifestyle. So that's my goal. So I don't get really super vexed if people don't follow me back. I get a little frustrated when I'm stuck at a number for a while, but usually that just means I need to find a new place to follow. Okay, so I want to talk to you a little bit about content, because I think this is where people get really freaked out. They're like, I have to be posting like 12 times a day. How am I going to do that? Okay, so if you've watched Jade Hooper's videos, you know that she has like the 5 Fs. So I keep these in the back of my mind. You can do faces. Selfies are big on Instagram. If you're not a selfie person and you're going to be on Instagram, you're kind of going to have to get over that and start taking selfies. And it's okay, because you should, because you're gorgeous and wonderful, and people want to see who you are. It's the best way to connect with people, especially if you're like me and have an expressive face. This can really work for you. Like, you can make crazy expressions, and people are like, oh my gosh, that's hilarious, okay? So I did this one today, and I just posted about how I just realized that it was dinner time and I had no freaking idea what I was going to cook. But I did this one the other day, and that's how I felt after working like all stinking day on the writing. And people were like, you're hilarious. And I'm like, I'm glad my pain is hilarious, but that's, I mean, genuinely, like, you're letting people into your world. So that's faces. Your face, your kid's face, something like that, okay? The other one is funny. I am a big, big, big believer in posting funny stuff. There's a million memes that cross my newsfeed on Facebook, and I steal every single one that makes me chuckle. I save them in my phone, and I post them on Instagram. That's where I find the majority of the content that I post on Instagram. I steal it off Facebook. I am not ashamed. I don't care. Whatever. People know I didn't make that meme. Like, they know. Sometimes I get all like, I'm stealing, and then I'm like, whatever, I don't care. But things that are funny and sort of thought-provoking, those work too. This is one that I posted today, I think. Yeah, today, about like adult responsibilities, head and brain and heart. I like those. This one about the squirrel, fear my squirrely wrath. Just like silly stuff. It makes people laugh. I think the squirrel one I did in the morning time because people are like sad that they have to wake up. Some like Halloween stuff. But this one got some good play too. Abs are great, but have you tried cupcakes? So, I mean, just stuff that makes you laugh is probably the stuff that's going to make your followers laugh, especially if you're trying to find followers that are like you in some fashion. Like I have lots of moms and teachers on my follower list, and so I post lots of mom stuff, and I always get a ton of likes. Okay, so if you're feeling like, well, nobody's liking my stuff, I have 4,000 followers, and I'm only getting like 40 likes on something. Like 40 likes is fetching amazing. Like I think this one got 34 likes, and I think that's mad awesome, because if you remember that John Eric said that the average picture gets something like 10 likes on Instagram. So you also have to remember that Instagram is not like Facebook. So Instagram is real time. So they're going to have to scroll a long way to get to your picture that you posted 3 hours ago. So this is part of the reason why you need to post more often on Instagram. I tend to do them in threes because I can't right now do it every hour. That makes me a little crazy. So I do it in threes, and I do it about every 3 hours, and I try to do it at peak time. So I try to do it in the morning. I try to do it at lunchtime, dinner time, and then like 9-ish, so that I'm getting like the peak traffic times for people like me who have kids. Okay, so other things. So F's, faces, funny. Food is always a good one. It's kind of like a running joke that you know, everyone takes pictures of their food now, but it's true, and so you should just roll with it. And especially anything that you've made, anything that's really healthy, or anything that's really not healthy. Like nobody really cares about your peanut butter and jelly unless you're gonna like spin it somehow, like, oh, I'm going old school, PB&J, what's up? And then people will care, okay? But like something that looks healthy, use the filters, do it. Or something that's like delicious and people are gonna drool on their phones, do that too, like this. I'm just saying, like, people like me when I post things like that, or they hate me, I don't know. But then also you want to think about the next F, which is family. So I try to post pictures of my kids in a way that doesn't make them hugely vulnerable. So things that don't show their face or have their face to the side so that they can't be easily identified. I'm a little bit of a freak like that. I'm not super strict about that, but if you're concerned about things, that's one thing that you can do. I would, though, suggest that you think about the 3-3 rule on Instagram, because you're posting so often. You really can do 3 posts, and I try to line them up. So if you look, for example, here and then here, and this was actually a business post, I think, or I messed up, but then I line them up here and then here and then here, and I'll probably mix it up tomorrow. But you can see where I've posted like my 3, and then I try to post other things that aren't before and afters, that are more like business related posts, like the post office one. I like that one. Just stuff that, so that when you look at my page, it doesn't scream rap girl. Like it says this person is, you know, like a regular person. And when you scroll, there's stuff from all different kinds of things. I'm a person, I'm not just a rap girl. And I want you to think about your Instagram in that way, that it should be showing the whole you. Anything that has to do with friendships, fun, and freedom, you should be posting as a business post. Anytime you make rap cash and spend it, you should be posting what you're spending it on, or anything that you bought that you normally wouldn't buy but you could do because it was paid for by It Works. Just do hashtag paid for by It Works and leave it there. Like, so excited that I got my new planner, hashtag paid for by It Works. You know, so excited that it's ballet season again, paid for by It Works. Whatever. Those are the ones that are pulling people in, seeing what you're doing. And anytime that you're posting about being with your kids or able to spend time with your kids in the middle of the day when people come home, they're seeing that you're with your kids and they're not, and that might pull them in as well. So I will admit that I probably don't post as many before and afters as I probably should. I just feel like I want to make sure that my Instagram is all of me. And so I put my before and after in the middle, usually between something funny and some other F or some kind of inspirational thing. I think that's it. I guess if you have questions, send them to me and I can hit those at the end. I don't think Instagram needs to be scary, and I don't actually think it's complicated to find content. If you have an idea of what you're looking for, you guys already have an arsenal of before and afters. There's constantly new ones, especially right now with WOW. There's constantly new ones being posted. You can always revisit the ones that you like the most. No one is going to remember that you posted that one hair, skin, and nails picture 6 months ago with just the sheer mountain of pictures that you are providing. No one is going to remember that. So just post the stuff that makes you happy. Stay kind of like current. If it's Wednesday, you can do, you know, halfway through the week kind of posts. Or if it's Monday, I've gotten a lot of play off of that picture of Mike Cotillo holding the sign that says, "The problem isn't Monday, the problem is your job." Like, I literally got 2 DTs off of that. So think about when you're posting. Like, Mondays might not matter to you because you work at home, but Mondays matter to a lot of people. And Monday nights, they come home feeling defeated because they had a bad day and they have a week left. Just be thoughtful. Honestly, be really thoughtful about what you want to do. Okay, so question, what do you do? What do you say when someone likes a post? Okay, so if I message people that like when I'm on my game, I message people that like my posts, my product posts, and this is what I say. I send the picture and I say, "Hey, thanks for the love on the post. Are you interested in this product?" That's it. That's all I say. Same thing with the business thing. Like, I say, "Hey, thanks for the love on the post. I really appreciate it. Are you interested in what I do?" The same thing that Jade does. Jade says, and then from there, I just take it, you know, day by day. Honestly, not very many people respond to me when I message them. I probably get like 1 out of 5 to respond to me, but that's okay. So I just figure if they're not ready to respond to a message, they're not ready. And so I don't hound them. I just delete that message if they've never responded to it, and I don't add them to my potential list. The ones that have responded and then kind of fell off the earth, I put them on my follow-up list. Do I talk to people who like non-product things? I don't message them, but I comment back to people that comment on my stuff. I get a lot of comments. Like, I actually have a lot of interaction on my Instagram page, which I really like because it feels like I am making friends. And I feel like those people are my people that I'm really watching, like the ones that like all my stuff and have liked all my stuff for not even product stuff. They never like product stuff, but they like everything else. Those people are totally watching me. They're completely watching me. And one of these days I'm going to get them. And I literally, I'm not even going to joke with you, I literally followed some girl that said had no wraps in her thing. And I just was like, oh crap, and I felt really like worried that I had offended her. And we got into an interchange, like she posted something about wrap people, and we got into an interchange on that, not a really positive one. And I was like, I feel sad that people have ruined this for you because most of us are just trying to, and she's like, oh, I don't mean you, you're great, you don't harass people, you don't spam people, you don't like, and I'm like, okay, so now I have to prove to her that rap girls are awesome. She literally just messaged me a week ago or so about products. So don't you dare give up on anybody unless they're just being horrible to you. Just don't be spammy. Like, I just think that's the rule. Don't message people who have not indicated that they're interested in something. Like, I've messaged a ton of people that turned out to be like 16 years old, and I was like, all right, peace, thanks. And I should like keep a list of them, like, you are 16, you are 16, you are 16, you are 16. Yeah, so anyway, but I comment back on, you know, I try to be thoughtful and I try to respond when people respond on stuff. And I do, like, occasionally do posts where I say, like, you know, if you had to choose one of these 4 things, which one would you choose? You had to give up one of these 4 foods, which ones would you do? Just to try to pull people out. And it's always fun to see who actually comments. So look for the stuff, because lots of the Facebook pages will post stuff like that because they want to get the interaction, because the interaction builds their presence on your newsfeed. So steal some of that stuff too. Like double tap if you were born after whatever, and that'll tell you who's over 18. Or, you know, do you make your bed every day? Yes or no. Double tap if you make your bed every day, or something silly. And people will do it because they like participating in gamey things. And then you can do like a wrap giveaway too. Although my wrap giveaways don't do very well on Instagram. I don't know. People are afraid. Anyway, just be creative, be thoughtful. What would you want to do? What would you want to have on your Instagram feed? People want pretty things. Use the filters. Look around your life for pretty things, different kinds of shots. Take pictures of flowers, of the sky, whatever, because sometimes you're going to need another F, which is filler. You're going to need filler posts. Pretty stuff that's going to break up. If you do lots of quotes, you need like beautiful color. If you do lots of before and afters or lots of people, you're going to need some food or some whatever. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking now. That's all.
Thank you. Thank you. I love it. I was afraid of Instagram, I think, until like May of this year, and I finally started doing it. And it's a huge untapped market. So I've gotten some DTs and LCs, lots of LCs from it. So just keep doing it, be consistent, and that's great. We're almost done. I'm gonna just talk real quick about a couple of leadership things. I was just talking to a new sideline buddy of mine who's actually a triple diamond, and she was asking me, which I was kind of surprised, about motivation. Like, how do you motivate your team? I've actually been in the business a little bit longer than she has, but and I think that we've all probably learned the same thing, that you can't. That it's, and I think I tried at the beginning when you first, everyone is a leader, whether you have just customers or one distributor or 105. So you are a leader on your team. And I think when I first started, I thought I could message every day, like, what are you doing? I wanted to know everything that was going on. I probably scared people away. I don't know. I didn't scare you guys, Carrie and Millie, so that's good. I don't think I nagged you guys too much. But it doesn't work. So I think really the only thing you could do, and I think sometimes the misconception is that your promotion depends on other people, on what they're doing, and that's not the case. So your promotion and your success really just dependent on you. And you can't motivate people. You can really just inspire them by what you're doing, and then they'll either follow suit or they won't work. And that's just the facts that some people just won't do a lot, and that's okay. But so yeah, motivating your team, it's kind of like the $1 million question, and it's not. I don't think you can do it. I think you just have to lead by example, do the steps to success, show your team why it's important, and offer ideas and suggestions, and then see where they go from there. The other thing, just talking a little bit about layered leadership. So we have an amazing team. We have lots of layers. We have access to living the dream. So we have lots of uplines and sidelines, and so I hope you guys are using that to your advantage, making some sideline friends. You have lots of people that you could go to for help. But the biggest thing is, if you have a question, use the search tool, and then ask your direct upline. If they're not available, or they, for some whatever reason, you can kind of go up from there. But kind of use the layered leadership to your advantage, and the same thing going down. So as you reach out to your team, when you start to have a larger team, reach out to kind of like your top level first, and then make sure you are using the leaders underneath you as well. So you want them to be leaders, you want them to grow into that position. So I think you just need to, I don't know, what's the word I'm thinking of? What am I trying to say? I don't know. use the organization as it's set up. Does that make sense? Is that what I'm trying to say? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're always going to be responsible for your personally enrolled.
Yes.
So that's always going to be true no matter how long you've been in the business, no matter how long they're in the business. So
and
Emily,
how far those are down. I mean, you're personally enrolled.
Right.
Your responsibility.
Right. Right. But I mean, like, if I have a personally enrolled that's 17 levels down, I'm not going to contact 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, and on up, you know, all the time just to see how that team is doing. I'm going to contact, like, their Ruby and above leader and just say, hey, how's it going? What can I do for you? Is there anything that I can help you with? And build those relationships with people that are leaders. Because I don't have time, and nobody has time. It doesn't matter how big your business is. Nobody has time to be up in other people's business all the time.
Right.
And I mean that literally, like, up in their business, like, you know, have you, you know, I don't know, run your auto ship yet? Are you selling wraps? Are you, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't work. I mean, I think the best thing that we can do for the people underneath us is to encourage. I think you can always be an encourager. And I think that something that would probably help us all is to just really focus on positive talk. So obviously, if you have a frustration, you can share that and ask for help with a sideline or with your upline. But I think the more we focus on frustration, the more stuck we become. And so focusing on being an encourager and, like, seeing that as your mission as an upline, like, how can I encourage the people and the leaders under me? How can I encourage my personally enrolled? How can I help them? How can I serve them in a positive way? And helping them to see that as well, that it's such an honor to do that, is going to just bring life into our business, because you're speaking life to people instead of speaking frustration and angst and anger or whatever. I mean, we're all going to have those times. I certainly, you know, vent to Emily and she vents to me, and it's, you know, it's normal. But I think we would be the first to say, like, when we spend a lot of time being like, then our business is like at a standstill, because nobody wants to be around that, and it radiates.
And I think you start working more out of fear instead of out of, you know, working on the positive side of like, what is working, what is, you know, you're worried about losing rank, or you're not going to get to the next rank, or whatever it is. So I think once you change that mindset and you start focusing on what is working and the progress you are making, then it makes a huge difference. And because it's hard to feel stuck, and it's hard to, you know, feel like you're going backwards, but there's always things that are going well. And it's hard not to be a downer sometimes, I know, but that it affects everybody, I think, on your team when you are.
And I think also just a thought, like, how are you affecting the people that you're talking to about that? You know, unintentionally, of course, you're reaching out, and everyone should feel like they have that space, and I'm certainly not saying not to do that, but you know, you want to be a positive force in the world, and that's what this business is and has been for me. It's been a positive force in my life, and I want to pay that forward. I don't want to be a negative drain on someone. And I noticed that the huge difference, like in my Facebook, everyone, like, I get lots and lots of comments about my Facebook being super positive, and it was not always that way, but It Works has just helped me see the positive in most anything that happens. And you just, you know, you move forward and you just do your thing. So anyway, yeah.
You see Joel Dunn, I think, posted, I don't know if he posted on his wall or just on the Diamonds page, but it was talking about it. If you think the glass is half full or half empty, it depends on if you are doing the pouring or you're doing the drinking. So if you're doing the pouring, the glass is half full. But if you're drinking, if you're draining it, then it's half empty.
Oh, I like that.
You know, it's just trying to think of you know, how you can pour into your team and be the positive example. Yeah.
And I do think, to sort of circle back to what Millie was talking about, like, the steps to success are key. And I think it took me a long time to learn that. that honestly, if I want to get where I need to go, I need to be doing the steps to success every month and hold myself accountable to that. And I think for a long time, I thought that it was just a goal, like this like really lofty goal where if I could do that, that would be awesome. But now I see that that's what I should be doing every month because that's what works. And people do it all the time, so why not me? You know, you're not going to get kicked out if you don't do it. I would have been long gone if that were the case. But, you know, like, you can do it. If you're doing all the other stuff, if you're posting and building your network and you're consistent and you're positive and you're posting about the products and you're posting about the business and you're posting about how it works is changing you from a really sincere place, I think it's impossible for you not to win. Unless you just never follow up, and then I don't know what to tell you.
That's true. Yeah. Can't wait for people to come to you.
No, you have to go to them.
Yeah.
And that's why when they like my stuff on Instagram, I figure that's an opening, you know? Because lots of people say, I never would have messaged you.
Right.
I never would have commented. So, I mean, Rachel was like that. Rachel was like super, I don't even know how I figured out that she was stalking me, but she was stalking me for like 9 months, creeper.
Yeah. On Instagram, I don't think I would message someone just out of
No, totally, because you don't know them.
Right.
You're like, I don't know.
Right.
But you could be totally interested and have the money in your pocket and ready to buy, and if they would just message you, you'd be like, yeah, I am kind of interested in that. What is that about?
Yeah.
So.
I need to do that more.
Yeah, me too. Think about doing it as a service, you know? You're doing them a service. You're answering their questions at the very least. So, you know.
And just hoping they're not just tapping every picture and not looking at it.
Well, I mean, they'll tell you if they're not interested or if they're just being supportive. I've had lots of people say, I'm just being supportive, and I'm like, well, rock on. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
All right. Any last questions or whatever from the peanut gallery? I love you guys. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry I'm snarky tonight. Fired.
Millie, have anything else?
No, I'm good. You guys took care of a lot.
Because won't stop.
I feel like the background dancer. Like I'm just back here, like.
Because you were first.
So you know, like get on, and I'm just back here, like.
Come to conference. This is what you have to look forward to.
We're fun. We're good times.
We are.
Until the 3rd day, and then we claw each other's eyes out. I'm just kidding. We don't really do that.
We go like several days with no sleep.
Yeah, we're crunchy.
Be a little punchy.
Yeah. All right, I don't
have.
It's you can't explain, like it's unexplainable. I mean, you just have to be there. It's so much fun. So much fun.
I will say this though, and like I don't know. I'm gonna sort of maybe talk to the leaders on my team about this, but there's about like 115, 120 days until conference, and I think it's kind of silly to wait for conference to change your business. Like you need to be planting all the seeds right now. Like make it your literal mission from here until conference, to talk to as many people, to post as many things, to broaden your market as much as possible, to interact with as many people as you can, to book as many parties, whatever, so that you have all of these seeds that you've been planting and watering for this time, so that when whatever they announce, which they will, comes out, you just are ready to go, and you're so pumped up and excited. Because last year, conference didn't change my business, because I hadn't spent any time in the fall really, really committing to it. I had a lot of stuff going on, and I basically phoned it in. I'm not going to lie. I don't lie to you. But once after conference, I started, and then in June, you know, we were able to promote. So I feel like you can see the difference. You can see, just like you can see when you like take a month off, you don't see it for a couple of months in your volume. You see that later on. So you have to have the faith right now to work through, you know, all the distractions, through the winter time, so that you know what people do on January 1st. All those people who have been watching you post consistently about Fat Fighters and ThermoFit and wraps, about ProFit and greens, about It's Vital, about energy, all those things that are going to help them get their goals, they are going to be calling you up January 2nd after they eat all the food that's left in their house. And they're like, please help me. And you're like, okay. But if you don't post, if you don't talk to anybody for 3 dang months because you're, I don't know, doing whatever you're doing, eating all the Halloween candy, whatever, eat all the Halloween candy in the corner and then post on the dang Facebook. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to post and do your thing and build your business. So plant all the seeds so that when you go to conference and you spend this money and you invest in your business, you're ready to run.
That's what Jade Hooper did. She planted seeds for 3 to 4 months. She did the 3 to 3 rule for 3 months.
Yeah.
Until conference.
Yeah.
And that's all she did. And come conference and the bonuses were put out, she started messaging all those people that she had been planting seeds on for 3 straight months, and her business just went nuts. So that is why that 3 rule works. It works if you put the effort in it and you actually do it. It really does work. You just have to do it. Like you have to do that rule. You got to do that 3 to 3 post. And then just keep planting those seeds and keep following up and keep planting those seeds, because once conference comes around, you'll have a list that you can just go right back to. Just your business is gonna boom.
Yeah. Decide now, like what rank you want to go into conference as too. So between now and conference, what do you want? What do you want to be when you go to conference, and then where do you want to go from there? So we still have lots of time. I mean, there's still people buying things. October is a great month. It's before the holidays. People are still trying to get, healthy before Halloween. So this is like prime time.
Yeah.
There's people still promote in November and December.
Yeah. There's no slow season except in your brain.
Right.
There's a slow season if you stop posting and you stop building your business and you stop working. I mean, it was super slow for me in January. It was rough. I sat on my butt in November and December. I need to stop talking. I'm sorry.
Real talk. Real honesty.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's all I have.
That's all I got.
So bye, guys.
Bye.
The business. Plant the seeds. Bye.